Where's TK today?
Welcome to our 2-year adventure across the United States. In our 2001 F250, keeping our adventure and our truck alive on a budget. We are Tom and Karen, and this is the Curious Compass.
We are in the Santa Fe National Forest.
This is a lovely little location. Local actually turned us on to it, so we decided to stay a few days. Beautiful area, but that'll be week 27.
27, wow.
Today we're talking about week 25.
Good week, 25.
So week 25 was our full week with Karen back in the passenger seat.
Yes, it was a pretty big one too, I thought. We covered a lot of territory, went to a lot of places.
Yeah, a lot of it was kind of a repeat almost, because when Clint was here, we went to some spectacular locations and I just couldn't take that away from Karen. So we went back.
Yeah, and I'm glad we did, because the first place we went was the Rocky Mountain National Park, National Park, and it was amazing. It was great. I know that first couple of hikes were pretty busy, but after that, where we actually camped and the trails we did after that were really nice and quiet.
Yeah, we did 3 different hikes. We did Emerald Lake. We did Cub Lake. We did, what was the other one?
We did Gem Lake as well. Also Alberta Falls.
Alberta Falls, that's right. Yeah, and we actually parked in this camp. You know, we like to get to the trailhead early because we can find parking for our larger rig back there. And the time we were getting ready to leave, there was such a huge line of people trying to get into that parking spots.
And so poorly directed, because there were a couple of park rangers there that when you walked off the trail, they would tell you not to walk into the parking lot. Fine. But if they were at the entrance of the parking lot, then they could have gotten people moving around, because it was a U-shape.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a big line down the road, because once you're in that U-shaped line, if you passed somebody that was leaving, you were done.
Yeah, you couldn't make a U-turn. You couldn't loop it.
So if they were down there, if somebody was down there directing, because when we left, the side that we were on, which is opposite of where they were coming in, there was, I don't know, half a dozen or so spaces already empty and waiting for people.
Do you remember what we saw at Cub Lake?
Cub Lake. Let me see. It was
that big old fella
just before we got there, I think. Yeah, we saw a big old moose.
Yeah, he was literally just laying on the trail. We came by and then he stood up oh shit.
Because he's laying down, and I didn't see him laying down. But when you get up, and they just keep getting up, because moose are not little small critters.
Hello.
If he follows us home, can we have him?
I guess so.
No. Oh, come on.
You want us to go the other way? What are you gonna do? He's laying down when we first saw him. When I first came around the corner, and he stood up. I'm like, what the hell is that? First I thought it was a black bear.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When I heard you exclaim, I thought, oh, black.
We waited for a minute. I mean, we tried to give him space. We took a bunch of pictures. It was kind of fun to see him.
I chatted with him for a minute, asked him what his plan was and how we could make this happen, and he just stood there and stared at us.
So we did, since we didn't want to backtrack and go back the widths we came, we decided to do a little off-trail hiking and give him his space.
And go look for ticks.
So we're just gonna walk around him, see if we can get someplace where he's not, because we don't want to upset him. This is his land, not ours. And beautiful. And there's a little path. I mean, not a path. We're making a path. Can you see him up there? Right. I can see his butt right there.
No, it's moose just doesn't care. It's the ticks that are going to kill us.
Yeah, probably.
True. And when we did get around him and get back on the trail, we weren't that far behind or in front of him or away from him. And I did hear him snorting and sniffing because I think the wind hit us and went down to him. And I thought, oh, I hope he still likes us.
Yeah.
So we just trotted on and left him to his business.
Yeah, we saw tons. We saw one moose. We saw tons of elk.
Tons of elk, deer.
Lots of deer.
Yeah.
It's a rearing season, I guess, for them now.
Well, what is it, spring? So they would have had their young ones, I guess, or would they be actually rutting now and then having them in another couple of months?
Dude, you keep eating that plant, there's not gonna be nothing left.
The last day we were there, the snow started coming in, so we headed out. We headed back to the Walmart in Evergreen.
He takes me to the best places.
Yes, yes. The most beautiful Walmart we've ever seen, but we've already saw that in week 24. On our way through, we did go through Center City and Blackhawk. Had to do the prime rib again.
Yeah. Did you, you probably talked about those last week while you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did go to the Red Dolly again.
But one of the reasons the Walmart in Evergreen is very nice is because you're close to everything. You're very close to Evergreen, Colorado, and Golden, Colorado. And Golden, Colorado is where we went to the dinosaur tracks. Back to see Dinosaur Ridge.
Yeah.
And I showed Karen all of the tracks from 100 million years ago.
Totally worth it. I'm glad we did. It was so cool. There's pictures showing right now, I suppose. There's only so much we can explain it, but without seeing the pictures that just make it worth it. But it was discovered in 1877, evidently, and started the Bone Wars, which evidently was a race for the paleontologists to now realize that there were significant bones in America and to find them.
Interesting.
And then those tracks, so that was just bones in the area. And then those particular tracks were found in 1935 during some road construction.
Right, when they're building highways and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Love that area.
After that, we headed to the Capitol.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we packed a lot in that morning.
Yeah, we really did.
Yeah,
we tried to get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
We didn't even think about the capital of Colorado. We've been trying to hit the state capitals as we go through these states. It just popped up as one of those interesting things to do.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, and there's a capital. I'm like, yeah, I guess we should knock that one off.
Yeah. What did you think of that capital?
It was pretty. It was pretty. It was the same architect and designer as Michigan and Texas.
That's right.
Elijah Meyer.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't finish the construction. It was taken over by Frank, I've forgotten his last name, Arbrook, I think, something like that. But yeah, it was very pretty. Yeah, a lot of the same design and art. You could tell it was the same architect.
Yeah, it's a very similar touch.
Yeah.
It's got that big blocky feel to it.
So you got pictures of the Senate and the House of Representatives, right? So the Senate, that room, beautiful. And they did some renovations in 2014, and they took down these nasty acoustic tiles and found the original 1904 era century or era ceiling, and it was stunning. It was beautiful with paintings and drawings, and yeah, it was beautiful. It's amazing how much history fortunately isn't destroyed but gets hidden by.
Yeah, they don't strip the walls, they just add on top of them.
Yeah, fortunately.
Yeah, for sure. That day also we had to finally get some tires for the truck. Say finally because I would have run these things all day long, but we're living in this thing, so we're going to take care of it.
Well, he's taking care of us.
Well, Clint discovered these tires. They've still got some depth to them here. Got a little bit of tread left. Not quite to the wear bars. But then you run over here and you see they're already down. Obviously, these were on the front, but still, they should be even all the way across. Well, Mountain America's Tire getting new tires. It is 28 minutes in the queue just before he was able to talk to anybody. My appointment was at 11:30 and 12 o'clock before I was even able to talk to somebody, but I don't know how long it's going to take to do 2 stupid tires, but Here's what the tires look like.
We did a really quick pullover and hike of a 300-foot castle rock. It was interesting.
Yeah,
It was a nice view.
great views, you know, just this outcropping of this little mesa or hoodoo or
Butte or whatever.
butte. There you go. That's the beat.
So
A
many
butte
names.
is between the hoodoo and a mesa. So yes, it was a butte.
Yes. It was
Yep.
nice. I enjoyed it.
Yes. But that night we headed to Garden of the Gods. Garden of the Gods is a really incredible little area that was part of the Eyrie Castle at one time. Like the same person that developed Colorado Springs actually owned all this property. His children gave it to the people of Colorado to enjoy freely. It is one of the tightest and most dense areas that's super easy to access. Very flat trails, a lot of great red rock structures basically there.
That was beautiful. And you have to check out the majestic Canada goose in its natural
Oh my
environment.
gosh.
That was the weirdest thing
It's
I think
not
I've seen.
natural. Canada, go home.
Okay.
Stay to your waters.
It was one of the weirdest things I've seen in a while. We're trucking along and you look up and this big stupid goose is sitting on top of this Colorado Desert Springs rock.
That night we did step out of our normal boots and we took a break from the camper and we stayed at Glen Eyrie Castle.
God, that was nice. You could do a whole thing on that, I think. But
Yeah, it was a beautiful castle. 1871 was originally the castle was built. Later in the early 1900s, they actually built the rock structure all around the wooden castle to fortify it more and increase its durability, basically.
that was beautiful. But was that when William Palmer owned it?
I'm not sure.
He's the first one. So
Oh, okay,
pro-
yeah,
probably,
so he was, yeah.
Him and his wife, Mary, everybody called Queen, and they had 3 daughters, Elsie, Dorothy, and Marjorie. Marjorie was the one who had TB, which is when they ended up leaving the castle to go to areas that they felt were better for her health.
Yeah, lower elevations, right?
Yeah.
Something about lower elevations.
Yeah. So Mom and the kids went to the UK and he stayed in the castle.
Yeah.
Was there any, I mean, aside from our room was stunning.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. It was the Queen's room, they call it. It was the biggest room in the castle.
3.
I think there were rooms that, you were just for display.
Yes. Ooh, cool. We get a ladder to the roof.
They did not know what they were doing when they did that.
No. Wow. What do you think?
I think this is stunning.
Yes.
We're staying for what, month?
Something like that.
I like how they have a little step.
Oh, over the bed?
Over the bed.
Yes.
Tom did good getting us that place for the night.
Yep.
We used the heck out of it. We toured everywhere.
Oh,
I don't think they realized who was getting into this room because we have. Look at this thing.
thing is not nailed down. They're gonna wish they had.
Curious Compass is Robin.
Well,
But-
maybe just the coffee.
Okay. But we do have a little patio and a ladder to the roof. I mean, they wouldn't put the ladder to the roof if they didn't want me to use it, right? Oh, it's just somebody else's room. Maybe we'll wait till the nighttime. But look at the view. Right outside Garden of the Guards. Very familiar to that.
We toured everywhere and went for hikes, and
There we did. There we go.
breakfast was good in the morning, and we did a tour of like an official tour of the castle the next day as well.
Yeah, it's technically called a bed and breakfast, and it's incredibly reasonable for what you get and the area you get it in. Glen Eyrie Estates, you can't access unless you have reservations for either the tea, what is it, evening tea?
Tea time, mid-afternoon tea time.
Yeah, a room or the tour or the castle tour. So you can't just go in there and hike around the area.
Yeah.
You actually have to have reservations, and they check you at the door.
Yeah. Tom was looking dodgy riding on his bike, so they checked your room key then.
Yeah. Yeah, they said, okay, excuse me, sir. And he was very nice. Everybody there was just 6 out of 5 stars with helpfulness.
Absolutely. And a little bit helpful, as a matter of fact, the next morning, because we got up and packed up most of our things and then went for a hike around. And then I left some stuff because I wanted to get a shower just before we left. So checkout was 11. I thought I'd run up to the room at 1:45, grab a shower, get out of there. And who the heck, if your checkout is at 11, who the heck is there at 11 o'clock anyway?
Yeah.
Well, they were there at 10:30, because when I got there, all of my stuff was gone.
Yeah.
And they were cleaning the room.
Yeah, they're very, very quick.
Yeah, they're you can't fault them for being too efficient, I guess.
That night we went to the Bass Pro Shop in Colorado Springs.
So here we are camped at a Bass Pro Shop. It is one of the most beautiful Bass Pro Shops. Look at those mountains. I'll get out of the way. It's also weird because it's got an iFly music hall. It's got a Topgolf adventure park, indoor racing cart, a shooting place. It's super adventurous, Colorado. But it is free, and we did call, and they do let you park over here for free for one night.
It's one of the few boondocking areas right in the area because we still had some stuff that we wanted to do, and we didn't want to get too far away. So
does that personify our lives, that we went from castle to Bass Pro parking lot?
Yeah.
in one
Castles to parking lots.
day? We'll rename the thing that.
Yeah. I show you it all, baby.
Join us on Castles to parking lots.
Which leads us to that Red Rock hike.
Red Rock.
We did the Red Rock hike to Corey.
Yes, we went and explored different areas of that day, and unsurprisingly, I went kind of towards the dog park, which was stunning. If you're in the area and you have a dog, it was like this, but with a gate, with a very large gate around it, that the dogs could just run around in the trees and the sticks and the grass and everything.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that with shrubs, and normally it's just a desolate area, and maybe you get grass with a few little obstacles the dogs can play on, but yeah, that was very natural.
What was the other side of the park like?
The other side of the park, it was just part of the quarry. It was interesting where you could actually step in the stairs that they cut in the red rock that the miners were out there. You can see the drill holes, and you can see all the really fine, the defined lines where they would cut bricks out of it, and then big slabs, and it was interesting. It was still a beautiful area, lots of hikers out there.
We headed off to the Colorado Springs Pioneer Museum, downtown Colorado Springs.
It was interesting, from like an 1800s courthouse, that they still had one of the courthouses, the main courthouse. They still had it in the exact condition that it was in the 1800s, and super cool. Just really detailed woodwork.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
You can really see the artistic touch and the I don't know, the real care that people put to their woodwork and their carvings and their paintings and their sculptures.
Carpentry, yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. They also had part of Helen Hunt Jackson's house rebuilt inside the museum. I've never seen that before either. I thought that was kind of cool. You come around a corner and I'm like, hey, I'm looking at the facade of a house. You can look in the windows and see her living room and her kitchen and all of the bits and pieces that, as well as they could do, was what was there when it was a house on the street.
And who's Helen Hunt?
She's a 19th era poet, writer, and Native American activist.
When we left Colorado Springs, we headed up into the mountains and visited Bishop Castle. It just came up as an interesting, what to see when you're driving through this area. We thought it was just going to be another castle, just another castle.
A house made of beer cans or I don't know, one of those things.
Lots of bricks or something like that.
Yeah.
It was not.
It was bananas.
It was insane. Karen said it really well when she said, people don't realize the risks they're at in safe society nowadays.
Yeah, you're told everywhere what not to do, and if there's not literally a sign saying don't do this, you're like, well, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, no more than 5 people on the bridge. Well, then screw it. It doesn't say anything like that. Let's put 30.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna see if there's a book that shows how he made his stuff. How that all happened. All the fireworks.
Oh, I love how little angles down here. So I was up there last. Yeah. Sure it's safe.
Yeah, there's quite a few signs that says, hey man, this is this. If you don't agree, you're trespassing. Get the hell out.
Yeah, it was funny. He died in 2024, and then his kids took it over from there. But yeah, he was a one-man show for a lot of years.
I love how there's random holes in the floor.
Yeah, I love that too.
Well, of course, we're gonna have to go up there. Oh, maybe not. Not say we can't go up there.
Yeah, it's 160 feet tall. 160 feet tall.
160 feet of death.
Yeah, of expanded steel with like 1 by 1/2 inch C channel outcropping from rocks that you have no idea if water's penetrated that and has rusted up down all the foundation. There's actually sections where there's nothing there. You fall through. There's no railings in areas that are 100 feet off the ground. Yeah, just
go.
Just go.
And if that doesn't sound like your cup of tea, he had a horse and some goats and some chickens in the back. So I amused myself there for a minute too.
Yeah. That night we headed to Mosca
Campground.
Mosca Campground, yeah. near
White Great Sand.
All right, well, what do you think of the Great Sand Dunes?
There's a lot of sand, definitely.
Yeah. It seems like there's much better sand dunes all over the country. And yeah, I don't know. This was very big. It's the tallest one in North America.
750 feet.
Yep. And there were people actually walking up that way, but we've seen sand, so.
And definitely it seems like this is really a board sled place. Like if you want to do that, you probably have a hell of a day.
Now we're off. We came, we saw,
It was fun.
we took a picture.
Bye, sand.
Bye, sand.
Mosca Campground.
And it was an old state campground that they've decommissioned, but they haven't shut it down. Just go ahead and go.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. They did have a camp host, but they did have electric at some spots, but no water.
No water.
Oh, dump station.
Dump station.
Yeah,
it was
garbage.
crazy. Oh, and what else they had is 1 billion no-see-ums. I don't know if you ever experienced no-see-ums. They're just a small black fly. They're also called biting midgets because they leave welts. Their bites leave a painful, itchy welt.
Fun stuff.
And apparently Karen, I don't know if she just had clothes on or she's not affected because she's a Canadian, but my feet were welted. It was horrible.
It's not fun. My only explanation is that California, love it, that it doesn't have many bugs. So this is the first exposure to quite a few bugs that live in lots of other places in the world. So your immune system might be going, hey, what the heck is this? And just going crazy.
I call bullshit. I just think I'm too sweet.
Oh, that could be it too.
I'm just so damn sweet. They just couldn't stop biting me.
I could see that.
But yeah, if you ever have the opportunity to experience no-see-ums, don't.
That's not one of those. Try it anyway.
Nope, 0 out of 5 stars. Cannot
I
recommend.
guess our last stop before we headed out of town was Great Sands National Park. And maybe I was tainted by that park in Arizona, I think it was, White Sands.
White Sands is a national park too, and then we also went to that one that was outside of that place that was next to the other place.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But
And we climbed up to the top and we watched the sunset and everything.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Wasn't that White Sands?
Yeah, no, that wasn't White Sands.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that place was beautiful and really enjoyed that. And this one was fine. It was a pile of dirt. Not sorry, it was a pile of sand.
Yeah.
And I think if you were taking a sled or a sandboard, I think you'd have a heck of a time having a great day.
Or a dirt bike, or
any of those things.
or a side-by-side. But yeah.
I think maybe it's getting its notoriety because it is the tallest dune in North America at 750 feet.
It got 4.8 stars on reviews. I don't know how.
It wasn't my cup of tea, but it does.
Maybe we missed something because I know there's forest up and
Yeah.
farther up.
There is a riparian area that we didn't go to either with a stream, etc. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's worth 8 stars. Did you say? It's a heck of a stream. I think you should go there.
Yeah, maybe. But that's week 25. If you have any ideas, like or comment or talk about it, let us know.
Absolutely. Until then, we'll see you out there.
Happy trails.